Because he never did a thing like that before. Like the City Arms Hotel, when he used to pretend to be laid up with a sick voice, doing his highness to make himself interesting to that old faggot Mrs. Reardon. Still, I like that in him. Polite to old women like that, and waiters and beggars. She never left us a farthing. All for masses for herself and her soul. Greatest miser ever. Telling me all her ailments. You too much chatting her about politics and earthquakes and the end of the world. And oh, Jesus, let us have a bit of fun first. Yes, so he came somewhere. Really? And the story he made up, a pack of lies to hide it. Yes, because the day before yesterday he was scribbling a letter when I came in to show him Dignam's death in the paper.
Poldy?
As if something had told me.
See, Paddy Dignam's dead.
And he pretended to be thinking about business. Fool. Oh, not that I care two straws who he does it with. Though I'd like to find out. Like that slut. That Mary, padding out her false bottom to excite him. All his own fault, of course. Ruining servants. And then proposing that she could eat at our table on Christmas, if you please.
I see you've been taking in the views, Poldy.
Oh, no, thank you. Not at my house. Stealing my oysters. Yes, because he couldn't possibly do it out at that long, so we must do it somewhere. Oh, why can't you go and kiss a man without marrying him first? I wish some man or other would take me sometimes when he's there and kiss me in his arms. Nothing like a kiss, long and hot, down to your soul. It almost paralyzes you. I wonder, was he satisfied with me? I didn't like his slapping me behind, though I laughed. I am not a horse.
Goodbye, Mr. Boylan.
Yes, because he must have come 3 or 4 times with that tremendous big red brood of a thing he has. I thought the vein, or whatever the dickens you call it, was going to burst out through his nose. No, I never in all my life felt anyone had one the size of that. Make you feel full up. What's the idea of making us like that with a big hole in the middle of us? Like a stallion driving it up into you? What I went through with Millie. Not satisfied till they have you swollen out like elephants. I had a great breast at milk with Millie. Enough for 2. I had to get him to suck them, they were so hard. What are all those veins and things? It's curious the way it's made. 2 the same. In case of twins. Supposing I risked having another one. No, not off him. Poldy is more spunk in him. He knows a lot of mixed up things. He says you have no soul inside, only grey matter, because he doesn't know what it is to have one. They're all so different. Let them all go and smother themselves for the fat lot I care. I wish he was here or somebody to let myself go with and come again like that. I feel all fire inside me. I was coming for about 5 minutes, my legs around him. Oh, Lord, I wanted to shout all sorts of things. Fuck or shit or anything at all. But not all like him, thank God. Oh, some of them want you to be oh so nice about it. Oh, Lord. I can't wait till Monday.
Introibo ad altare Dei. For this so dearly beloved is the genuine Christ's body and soul. Slow music, please. Silent soul. Thanks, old chap. Switch off the current, will you? Land us alone. The bard's nose, right, huh? A new art colour for the Irish poets. Snot green. You can almost taste it, can't you? God, the snot green sea, the scrotum tightening sea. She's our great sweet mother. Leanne thinks you killed your mother. That's why she won't let me have anything to do with you.
Someone killed her.
You could have knelt down, damn it, when your dying mother asked you to. To think of your mother begging you with her dying breath to kneel down and pray for her, and you refused. Poor dog's body. What have you got against me now?
Do you wish me to tell you?
Yes, what is it?
Do you remember the first day I went to your house, after my mother died?
I can't remember anything. I remember only ideas and sensations. Why, what happened?
Your mother asked you who was in your room.
Yes, what did I say?
You said, oh, it's only Daedalus whose mother is beastly dead.
Did I say that? Well, what harm is in that? I mean, what is death? Your mother's, yours, my own? I suppose I did say it. I didn't mean to offend the memory of your mother.
I'm not thinking of the offense to my mother.
Of what, then?
Of the offense to me.
Oh, impossible person. Look at the sea. What does it care of offences, huh? Come on, the Englishman wants his breakfast. And don't mope about it all day. I'm inconsequent. Give up the moody brooding.
Fergus's song. I sang it alone in the house, holding down the long, dark chords. Our door was open. She wanted to hear my music. Silent with awe and pity, I went to her. She was crying in her wretched bed. For those words, Stephen, love's bitter mystery. Pray for me, Stephen.
Going around the corner. Be back in a minute. You don't want anything for breakfast?
Not there. In the trousers I left off. No use disturbing her. I'll wait till I come back anyhow. Be a warm day, I fancy. Especially in these black clothes. Feel it more. Black conducts, reflects, refracts, is it? The heat. Makes you feel young. Somewhere in the east, early morning, set off at dawn, travel round in front of the sun. Steal a day's march, keep it up forever, never grow a day older, technically. Wander through honest streets, turbaned faces going by, dark caves of carpets. Wander along all day, might meet a robber or two. Well, meet him. Probably not a bit like it, really. Kind of stuff you read.
Now, my miss. Thank you, my miss. And 1 shilling 3 pence change. For you, please.
To catch up and walk behind her if she went slowly, behind her moving hams. Pleasant to see first thing in the morning. Hurry up, damn it. Make hay while the sun shines. They like them sizable. Prime sausage.
3 pence, please. Thank you, sir. Another time.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
No sign. Gone. Still an idea behind it. What matter? To smell the gentle smoke of tea, fume of the pan, sizzling butter.
Jesus, I'm melting as a candle remarked when. But hush, not another word on the subject. Dedalus, wake up. Bread, butter, honey. Bless the Lord and these thy gifts. Where's the sugar? Jesus, there's no milk.
We can drink it black, there's a lemon in the lot.
Oh, damn you and your Paris fans. I want milk. The blessings of God on you.
I've given you 2 lumps each, but I say, Mulligan, do make strong tea.
When I makes tea, as old Mother Grogan used to say. And when I makes water, well, I makes water.
Oh, by Jove, it is tea.
Dedalus, I'm stony broke. Hurry out to your school kip and bring back some money. Today, the bards must drink. And expect every man will do his duty.
That reminds me. I have to visit your National Library today.
I'll swim first. It is the day for your monthly wash, Kinch. The unclean bard makes a point of washing once a month.
All Ireland is washed by the Gulf Stream.
I intend to make a collection of your sayings, if you'll let me.
Wait till you hear him on Hamlet. Why? Come, Kinch. I suppose you've eaten all we've left.
Poldy? Who are the letters for?
A letter from me from Millie, a card for you from Millie, and a letter for you. Do you want the blind up? That do?
She got the things. Hurry up with the tea, I'm parched.
Kettle's boiling.
Poldy?
What?
Scald the teapot.
What is your idea of Hamlet?
No! Wait till I have a few pints of me first. You couldn't manage under 3 pints, Kinch, could you?
And has waited so long, it can wait longer.
You piqued my curiosity. Is it some paradox?
Oh! Quite simple, really. He proved by algebra that Hamlet's grandson is Shakespeare's grandfather and that he himself is the ghost of his own father.
What? He himself?
The sacred pint alone can unbind the tongue of Dedalus.
I think I read a theological interpretation of it somewhere, the father and son idea. The son striving to be eternal with his father. You're not a believer, are you? I mean believer in the narrow sense of the word. Creation from nothing and miracles and a personal God.
And there's only one sense of the word, it seems to me.
Yes, of course. You believe you don't, isn't it? Personally, I can't stomach the idea of a personal God. You don't stand for that, do you?
You behold in me a horrible example of free thought.
Well, I should think you're able to free yourself. I mean, you're your own master, it seems to me.
No, I am the servant of 2 masters, an English and an Italian.
Oh, forgot to tell you. Got a car from Bannon. Says he's found a sweet young thing down in Westmeath. Photogirl, he calls her. Snapshots, eh?
And a third who wants me for odd jobs.
Italian, what do you mean?
The Imperial British State and the Holy Roman Catholic and Apostolic Church.
I can quite understand that. An Irishman must feel that way, I dare say. We feel in England that we treated you rather unfairly. Seems history was to blame. Of course, I'm a Britisher, and I feel as one. I don't want to see our country fall into the hands of German Jews either. That's our national problem, just now.
What a time you were.
Who was the letter from?
Oh, Boylan. He's bringing a programme for the tour this afternoon.
What are you singing?
La Chido Am and Love's Old Sweet Song.
Would you like the window open a little?
What time's funeral?
11, I think. I didn't see the paper.
No. No. That book.
I must have fell down. So here, I'll put a mark in it. There's a word I wants to ask you.
Met him what?
Here. What does that mean?
Metempsychosis.
Yes, who's he when he's at home?
Metempsychosis. It's Greek. From the Greek. That means the transmigration of souls.
Oh, rocks. Tell us in plain words.
Did you finish it?
Yes, there's nothing smutty in it. Is she in love with the first fella all the time?
Never read it. You want another?
Yeah. Just another Paul de Cox. Nice name he has.
Some people believe we go on living in another body after death. They call it reincarnation. Metempsychosis is what the ancient Greeks called it. They used to believe you could be changed into an animal. Or a tree, for instance. What they call nymphs, for example.
There's a smell of burn. Did you leave anything on the fire?
The kidney.
You. Armstrong. What was the end of Pyrrhus?
End of Pyrrhus, sir? I know, sir. Ask me, sir.
No, wait. Armstrong. Do you know anything about Pyrrhus?
Pyrrhus, sir? Pyrrhus... a pier?
Well, tell me now, what is a pier?
A pier, sir. A thing out in the waves. A kind of Kingston pier, sir.
Kingstown Pier. Yes. A disappointed bridge.
How, sir? A bridge across a river. Tell us a story, sir. Do, sir. A ghost story.
Who can answer a riddle?
A riddle, sir. Ask me, sir. Ask me, sir. A hard one, sir.
Here is the riddle. The cock crew, the sky was blue. The bells in heaven were striking 11. 'Tis time for this poor soul to go to heaven. What is that?
What, sir? Again, sir, we didn't hear. What is it, sir? We give up.
The fox burying his grandmother under a holly bush.
Okay.
Mr. DC told me to write them out all again and show them to you, sir.
Do you understand how to do them?
Numbers 11 to 15. Mr. DC said I was to copy them off the board, sir.
Can you do them yourself?
No, sir.
Here, let's take a look. He proves by algebra that Shakespeare's ghost is Hamlet's grandfather. Futility, ugly and futile. Yet someone had loved him, borne her in her arms and in her heart. But for her, the race of the world would have trampled him underfoot, a squashed, boneless snail. She had loved his weak, watery blood drained from her own. Was that then real? The only true thing in life? Her glazing eyes, staring out of death, to shake and bend my soul. Ghostly light in the tortured face. Her hoarse, loud breath rattling in horror.
Ghoul, chewer of corpses.
No, Mother. Let me be, and let me live. Do you understand now?
Yes, sir.
Can you do the second one yourself? Like him was I. These sloping shoulders, this gracelessness. My childhood bends beside me. Mine is far and his secret. Secrets, silent, stony, sit in the dark palaces of both our hearts. It's very simple.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
You better get your stick and go on out to the others.
Yes, sir.
Dearest Popley, thanks ever so much for the lovely birthday present. It suits me splendid. Everyone says I'm quite the belle. I'm getting on well in the photo business now. We're going on a picnic tomorrow. Give my love to Mommy and yourself a big kiss and thanks. I hear them at the piano downstairs. There's a young student comes here some evenings named Bannon. Must now close with fondest love, your fond daughter, Millie. P.S. Excuse bad writing.
15 yesterday. Curious, 15th of the month, too. Her first birthday away from home. Remember the morning she was born. Running to knock up Mrs. Thornton in Denzil Street. Jolly old woman, lots of babies she must have helped into the world. She knew from the first.
You can come in now, sir.
Poor little Rudy wouldn't live.
It's a little boy.
She knew at once. He'd be 11 now if he'd lived. Coming out of her shell. Young student. Bannon. Oh, well, she knows how to mind herself. But if not, no, nothing has happened. Of course it might. Wait in any case till it does. Destiny. Wonder if I time for a bath this morning. Better be careful not to get these trousers dirty for the funeral. Now, no great hurry. The king was in his counting house. Our prize tidbit, Mitcham's Masterstroke, written by Mr. Philip Beaufoy, Playgoers Club, London. Payment at the rate of 1 guinea a column has been made to the writer. Hope it's not too big. Bring on piles again. No, just right. Oh, print anything now. Silly Susan. Might manage a sketch by Mr. and Mrs. L.M. Bloom. Invent a story or a proverb, which? Is that Boylan well off? He has money. What time is the funeral? Better find out in the paper. Poor Dignam. Ah, yes. Prize tidbit. Mitcham's Masterstroke.
One, 2, 3. 312. I think you'll find that's right.
Thank you, sir.
Well, don't carry it like that. You'll pull it out somewhere and lose it. You just buy yourself a pocketbook. You'll find it very useful.
Mine would be often empty.
Because you don't save. You don't know what money is, but one day you must feel it. Generous people, but we must also be just.
I fear those big words which make us so unhappy.
Oh, that reminds me. You can do me a favor, Mr. Dedalus, with some of your literary friends. I have a letter here for the press. I put the matter into a nutshell. It's about the foot and mouth disease. I want that to be printed. Mark my words. England is in the hands of the Jews. They are a sign of a nation's decay. Sure as we are standing here, the Jew merchants are already at their work of destruction. Old England is dying, if not dead by now.
A merchant is one who buys cheap and sells dear, Jew or Gentile, is he not?
They sinned against the light, and you can see the darkness in their eyes.
History is a nightmare from which I'm trying to awake.
I am happier than you are. I foresee that you will not be here long. You were not born to be a teacher.
A learner, rather.
And here, what will you learn more?
Who knows?
but life is the great teacher. As regards this...
Ah, yes. If you could have that published at once.
I'll try. I know 2 editors slightly.
That will do. There's no time to lose.
Good morning, sir.
Oh, just one moment.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to say, Ireland, they say, has the honor of being the only country which never persecuted the Jews. Do you know that? No. And do you know why?
Why, sir?
Because she never let them in. She never let them in. That's why.
Are there any letters for me?
Dear Henry, I am sorry you did not like my last letter. Why did you enclose the stamps? I am awfully angry with you. I do wish I could punish you for that. Are you not happy in your home, you poor little naughty boy? I often think of the beautiful name you have. When will we meet? I think of you so often, you have no idea. Please, write me a long letter and tell me more. Remember, if you do not, I will punish you. Goodbye now, naughty darling, and write by return to your longing. Martha. P.S. Do tell me, what kind of perfume does your wife use? I want to know.
Hello, Bloom. What's the best news? Is that today's? Show us a minute. I want to see about that French horse that's running today. Where the bugger is it?
You can keep it.
That's got gold cup. Wait, half a mo.
You can keep it. I was just going to throw it away.
What's that?
I say you can keep it. I was going to throw it away that moment.
I'll risk it. Thanks.
Now, tea.
Ineluctable modality of the visible. At least that, if no more. Thought through my eyes. Signatures of all things I am here to read. Sea spawn and sea wreck. The nearing tide. Snot green, blue silver, colored signs. Shut your eyes and see. You're walking through it howsomever. I am, a stride at a time. A very short space of time through very short times of space. Exactly. And that is the ineluctable modality of the audible. Open your eyes. No. Jesus. I'm getting on nicely in the dark. My ash sword hangs at my side. Tap with it. They do. My 2 feet and his 2 boots at the end of his 2 legs. Am I walking into eternity along Sandymount Strand? Open your eyes. Wait. That dream. Yes. A street of harlots. That man led me. Spoke. I was not afraid. Open your eyes now. I will. One moment has all vanished since. If I open and I'm forever in the black, I will see if I can see. See now. There all the time without you. I never shall be. World without end. My Latin quarter hat. God. We must simply dress the character. You were a student, weren't you? Of what in devil's name? You were gonna do wonders. With Mother's money order. 8 shillings.
Just a little something.
A fiery missionary to Europe, pretending to speak broken English. Rich booty you brought back. A blue telegram. Mother dying. Come home, Father. The aunt thinks you killed your mother. I will not sleep there when this night comes. Take all, keep all. My soul walks with me.
There's a friend of yours gone by, Daedalus.
Who's that?
Your son and heir.
Where is he? Was that Mulligan cad with him?
No, he was alone.
He's in with a low-down crowd. That Mulligan is a contaminated, bloody, double-dyed ruffian by all accounts. His name stinks all over Dublin.
Noisy, self-willed man. Full of his son. He's right. Something to hand on. If little Rudy had lived, see him grow up, hear his voice in the house. My son. Me in his eyes. Strange feeling it would be. From me. Must have been that morning. She was at the window, watching the 2 dogs out by the wall. Give us a touch, Polly, she said.
God, I'm dying for it.
God, I'm dying for it.
Come on.
How life begins.
Boy, come
Got
on.
big then. Had to refuse the Greystones concert. My son inside her. I'd have helped him on in life. I could. Make him independent. Learn German too.
But the worst thing is, the man who takes his own life.
Temporary case of insanity, of course. We must take a charitable view of it.
They say a man who does it is a coward.
It is not for us to judge.
Poor Papa. Poor man. The letter. To my dear son Leopold. Just that moment I was thinking. The nails, yes, he's coming over in the afternoon. Is there anything more in him that she sees? Worst man in Dublin. But a type like that. My nails, I'm just looking at them. Well paired.
Was the concert tour getting on, Bloom?
Oh, very well. I hear great accounts of it. It's a good idea, you see.
Are you going yourself?
Well, no. In point of fact, I have to go down to the County Clare on some private business. You see, the idea is to tour the chief towns. What you lose on one, you make up on the other.
Quite so. Quite so.
The flood is following me. I can watch it from here. These sands are language tide. Sands and stones, heavy of the past. I could not save her. I want her life still to be hers, mine to be mine. I couldn't save her. Bitter death. Ha! The ineluctable modality of the ineluctable visuality. The virgin in the window. Keen glance you gave her. She lives in Leeson Park. Touch me. Soft eyes. Soft, soft, soft hand. I'm lonely here. Sad too. Touch. And touch me. I'm caught in this burning scene. Pain is far. And the blame. As I am, I am. All or not at all. Better get this job over quick. God becomes man, becomes fish, becomes barnacle, becomes featherbed mountain. Dead breaths, I living, breathe.
Conservo tuo domine. Via nullus aperte justificabit homo. Easy per te omnium peccatorum e tribuatum missio. Non ergo eum questionis tui judicialis sententia premat, quem tibi vera supplicatio fide Christiane commendat. Gratia tui sequerente Maria.
I dare say the soil around here must be quite fat with corpse manure, bones, flesh, nails. Dreadful. Of course, the cells, or whatever they are, go on living. Live forever, practically. Nothing to feed on themselves. But they must breed a devil of a lot of maggots. Poor Dignam. His last lie on the earth in his box. When you think of them all, it does seem a waste of wood. They could invent something with a kind of panel sliding, let it down that way. But they might object to be buried out of another fella's. They're so particular. Lay me in my native earth. Bit of clay from the Holy Land. I see what it means to protect him as long as possible, even in the earth. The Irishman's house is his coffin. Embalming in catacombs, mummies, the same idea. Who is that lanky-looking galoot in the Macintosh? I've never seen him before. Good idea, the Latin. Stupefy them first. Lourdes cures, statues bleeding, safe in the arms of Kingdom Come, wake up this time next year. Oh, Rudy, you would be 11 years old now. Holy water that was, I expect. He must be fed up with that job, shaking that thing over all the corpses they trot up. Every mortal day a fresh batch. Middle-aged men, old women, children, women dead in childbirth, men with beards, bald-headed businessmen, consumptive girls with little sparrows' breasts. All the year round he prays the same thing over them all. Sleep on Dignam now. Well, it's a long rest. Feel no more. Must be damned unpleasant. Can't believe it at first. Mistake must be. Somebody else. Try the house opposite. People talk about you a bit. Forget you. Don't forget to pray for him. Remember him in your prayers. Then they follow, dropping into a hole one after the other.
Foot and mouth.
The letter's not mine. Mr. Garadisi asked me to...
I know. Knew his wife, too. Well, Jesus, she had the foot and mouth disease and no mistake. I want you to write something for me. The foot and mouth disease, all balls. Like, give them something with a bite in it. Put us all into it. You can do it.
Telegraph racing special. 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 Telegraph racing.
Oh, Mr. Bloom. How do you do?
How do you do, Mrs. Breen?
How is Molly these times? I haven't seen her for ages.
In the pink. How are all your charges?
Still on the baker's list. You're in black, I see. You have no...
No, just come from a funeral.
Oh, dear me, I hope it wasn't any near relation.
Dignam, an old friend of mine, died quite suddenly, poor fella. Heart trouble, I believe. Funeral was this morning.
Sad to lose the old friends.
Did you ever see anything of Mrs. Beaufoy?
Oh, you mean Mina Purefoy?
Philip Beaufoy, I was thinking. Playgoers Club. Mitchum often thinks of the master stroke. Did I pull a chain? Yes. The last act.
I just called in to see if she was over it. She's in Hollis Street Hospital. She's 3 days bad now.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that.
Yes, and a house full of kids at home. It's a very stiff birth, the nurse told me. Oh, there he is. I must run after him. He's a caution to rattlesnakes. Goodbye. Give my regards to Molly, won't you?
I will.
Tea. Tea, I forgot the tea. God, 3 days. 3 days groaning on a bed. Dreadful. Lucky Molly got over hers lightly. They should invent something for that. Life with hard labour. Old woman who lived in a shoe. She had too many children. See that? Gone. Every morsel. They never expected that. Manna from heaven. I'm not gonna throw any more. A lot of thanks I get. Not even a caw. They spread foot and mouth disease too. But how can you own water, really? It's always flowing in a stream, never the same, which in the stream of life we trace. Ah yes, stream of life. What was the name of that priesty-looking chap who was always squinting? Weak eyes, Penn something. Penn Dennis. My memory is getting... Penn. Oh, it's years ago. Their little frolic after meals. Who will we do it on? I picked a fella in black. Here goes. Must be thrilling from the air. John, myself, and Owen Goldberg up in the trees near Goose Green playing the monkeys. Mackerel, they called me. How time flies. Pillowed on my coat, she had her hair, my hand under her nape. Oh, wonder, the sky. Cool, soft with ointments, her hand touched me, caressed. Her eyes upon me did not turn away. Ravished over her I lay, full lips full open, kissed her mouth. Yum. Softly she gave me in my mouth the seed cake, warm and chewed. Joy. I ate it. Joy. Young life, her lips that gave me pouting. Soft, warm, sticky gum jelly lips. Flowers her eyes were, take me, willing eyes. Hot I tongued her, she kissed me, all yielding. She tossed my hair, she kissed me. 28 I was, she 23. When we left Lombard Street, something changed. Could never like it again after Rudy. Can't bring back time, like holding water in your hand. I was happier then, or was I? Or am I now? Would you go back? Just beginning then, would you?
These questions are purely academic. Art must reveal to us ideas, formless spiritual essences. The deepest poetry of Shelley, the words of Hamlet, bring our minds into contact with the eternal wisdom, Plato's world of ideas. All the rest of it is just the speculation of schoolboys, for schoolboys.
But the schoolmen were schoolboys first. Aristotle was once Plato's schoolboy.
And has remained so, one should hope.
But what is a ghost? One who was faded into impalpability through death, through absence. Elizabethan London lays as far from Stratford as corrupt Paris lies from virgin Dublin. Who is the ghost, returning to a world that has forgotten him? Who is King Hamlet? The play begins. A player comes out under the shadow. It is the ghost, a king and no king. And the player is Shakespeare, who has studied Hamlet all the years of his life. He speaks these words to the younger player. Hamlet, I am thy father's spirit. To a son he speaks, the son of his soul, the son of his body, Hamlet Shakespeare, who has died in Stratford that his namesake may live forever. Is it possible that that player, speaking his own words to his own son's name, is it possible that he did not foresee the logical conclusion of those premises? You are the dispossessed son, I am the murdered father. Your mother is the guilty Queen Anne Shakespeare, born Hathaway.
Do you mean to fly in the face of a tradition of 3 centuries? Her ghost at least is laid forever. She died for literature at least before she was born.
She died 67 years after she was born. She saw him into and out of the world. She took his first embraces, she bore his children, and she laid pennies on his eyes when he lay in his deathbed.
The world believes that Shakespeare made a mistake and got out of it as quickly as best he could.
A man of genius makes no mistakes. His errors become the portals of discovery.
Do you want to cross? You're in Dawson Street. Molesworth Street is opposite. Do you want to cross? There's nothing in the way. I'll see you across. Do you want to go to Molesworth Street?
Yes. South Frederick Street.
Come.
Say something to him. Better not do the condescending. They must trust what you tell them. Pass a common remark.
The rain kept off.
Thanks, sir.
Right now. Second turn on your left.
Stains on his coat. Slobbers his food, I suppose. Tastes all different for him. Like a child's hand, his hand. Like Millie's was. Sensitive. See things in their foreheads, perhaps. Bloodless, pious face, like a fellow going in to be a priest. Penrose, that was the chap's name. Quite noisy here, good opportunity. It is. To the right, museum, goddesses. Quick, safe in a minute. Handsome building, Sir Thomas Dean designed. Is it? Almost certain. Won't look. Get on. Not following me? Didn't see me, perhaps. Light in his eyes. No, didn't see me. My heart.
Mr. Dedalus, your views are most illuminating. Is it your view, then, that she was not faithful to the poet?
Where there is a reconciliation, there must first have been a sundering.
I was prepared for paradoxes from what that Malachi Mulligan said, but I may as well warn you. If you're going to try to shake my belief that Shakespeare is Hamlet, you've got a stern task ahead of you.
As we weave and unweave our bodies from day to day, their molecules shuttling to and fro, so too does the artist weave and unweave his image. And through the ghost of the unquiet father, the image of the unliving son looks forward. In the intense instant of imagination, when the mind is a fading coal, I might see myself as I sit here now, but by reflection from which I shall be.
You were speaking of the gaseous vertebrate, if I mistake not?
Yes, indeed. A most instructive discussion, Mr. Mulligan, on Shakespeare.
Shakespeare. I seem to know the name. Come, Kinch. Come, wandering bard. Come on. You've eaten all we've left.
Life is many days. This will end.
We shall see you tonight. Notre Ami Moore says that Malachi Mulligan must be there.
Monsieur Moore. Lecturer in French letters to the youth of Ireland. I'll be there. Come, Kinch. The bards must drink. Can you walk straight? Good day. The Wandering Jew. He knows you. He knows you're old, fella. Do you see his eye? He looked upon you to lust after you. Kinch, thou art in paradise.
Did you get any money?
Huh? Why would I get money?
Scepter, I'll win in a canter.
Yeah, I plunged a bit myself. On my own mind.
Can you look for some money somewhere?
I will. I've looked all along the gutter in O'Connell Street. So I'll try this one now.
Sweets of sin. More in her line. Let's see. All the dollar bills her husband gave her were spent in the stores on wondrous gowns and costliest frillies. For him. For Raoul.
Gotta go.
Have you got the horn or what?
Her mouth glued on his in a luscious, voluptuous kiss, while his hands felt for the opulent curve inside her déshabillé.
I'll take this one.
Sweets of sin. That's a good one.
You bitches bastard.
I see Bloom put his name down for 5 shillings.
Quite right. Put it in too.
What's that bloody Freemason doing out there? Prowling up and down.
Who?
Bloom. He's been up and down there on point duty the last 10 minutes.
Hello, Bloom. What do you have?
Thank you, no. I just wanted to meet Martin Cunningham. Don't you see about this insurance of poor Dignams? Martin asked me to go to the house.
Oh, well, you have a drink.
No, I can't.
Come on,
no,
you're
no,
here
no,
now.
no.
Have a drink.
What'll it be?
Well, I'll just take a cigar. Thank you.
A cigar for Bloom.
To the memory of the dead. Friends we love are by our side. Foes we hate before us.
I hear Blazes Baldwin is running a concert tour up in the north.
He is, isn't he?
Who? Ah, yes, that's quite true. Yes, kind of summer tour, you see. Kind of holiday.
Mrs. B is the bright particular star, isn't she?
My wife, she's singing, yes. I think it'll be a success, too. He's an excellent man to organise. Excellent.
Mr. Bloom, would you please tell Mrs. Dignam from me?
Will you? You look like a fella that's lost a bob and gained a tanner.
Gold Cup. Throw away a 20 to 1. A ranked outsider, and I didn't back her.
And Bass's mare?
Still running. Boylan shoved £2 on my tip scepter for himself and a lady friend.
Mr. Bloom, what's your nation, if I may ask?
Ireland. I was born here, Ireland. And I belong to a race, too, that is hated and persecuted. Also now, this very moment, this very instant, robbed, plundered, insulted, persecuted.
Are you talking about a New Jerusalem?
I'm talking about injustice.
Right. Stand up to it then with a force like men.
But it's no use. Force, hatred, history, all that, that's not life for men and women. Insult and hatred. And everybody knows that it's the very opposite of that. That is really life.
What? Love. I'm talking about the opposite of hatred. I must go now. Just round to the court a moment to see if Martin is there. If he comes, just say I'll be back in a second. Just a moment.
Who's hindering you? Universal love. New apostle to the Gentiles.
Well, isn't that what we're told? Love your neighbours.
Beggar me neighbour is his motto. Fine could have a Romeo and Juliet he'd make anyway, eh?
Hi, Stephen.
What did you buy this for? To learn French?
Is it any good?
It's all right. Mine father doesn't pawn it on you. I suppose all my books are gone.
Some. We had to.
I know where he's gone. Who? Bloom. The courthouse is a blind. He had a few bob on throwaway and now he's gone to gather in the shekels. Bet you what you like, he'd 100 shillings to 5 on. He's the only man in Dublin has it. I'm looking for Bloom. Does anyone know where he is? Where is he? Defrauding widows and orphans. Charity to the neighbour. But where is he? We can't wait.
A wolf in sheep's clothing. Voirag from Hungary. Cursed by God, that's what he is.
I was just round at the courthouse looking for you.
Courthouse me eye. And your pockets dangling there with gold and silver. Typical Jew, all for #1. Cute as a shithouse rat, that's what you are. 100 to 5.
I beg your pardon?
Come on, boys.
Yeah, keep it to yourself. Tell no one.
Bye-bye, all.
3 cheers for Israel! Mendelssohn was a Jew. And Karl Marx. And Mercadante and Spinoza. And the Saviour was a Jew. And his father was a Jew. Your God!
He had no father. Drive ahead.
Well, his uncle was a Jew. Your God was a Jew. Christ was a Jew, like me.
Jesus. I'll batter him for calling his name in vain. I'll bleed and crucify him. Foreigners coming in here. Stealing our wives, stealing our work.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
I want the ball.
No.
It's my ball and I want it.
No, no. It's Jackie's turn.
You're not my sister. I want the ball.
Now, off with the two of you.
Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Mary, Mother God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
For son of Son at the hour of death. Amen.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. The fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for sinners now and at the hour of death. Amen.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee.
At the hour of death.
Tommy! Jackie! We're going! Come on!
Oh, she's lame. Poor girl. That's why she's left on the shelf. A defect is 10 times worse than a woman. Glad I didn't know it when she was on show. Hot little devil all the same. Near her monthly as I expect. Anyhow, I got the best of that. Devils they are when that's coming on them. Still, you have to get rid of it somehow. Did me good all the same. The Mystery Man on the Beach. Prize tidbit by Mr. Leopold Bloom. Payment at the rate of 1 guinea per column. This wet is very unpleasant. Better detach. All quiet on Hoth now. Where we lay. The rhododendron. I'm a fool, perhaps. All that old hill is seen. Names change, that's all. Take the train there tomorrow. No. Returning not the same. The new I want. Nothing new under the sun.
Now drink we! For this is not my body, but my soul's embodiment. Our lust is brief. We are but means to those small creatures within us, and nature has other ends than we.
What means this?
In woman's womb, word is made flesh. But in the spirit of the Maker, all flesh that passes becomes the word that shall not pass away. And this is the post-creation. All of us linked together with successive navel cords.
Seed, breed, and generation.
We are all born in the same way, but we all die in different ways.
You have spoken of the past and its phantoms. Why think of them? If I call them to life, will not the poor ghost troop to my call?
Who supposes it?
I, Stephen, bullet befriending bard and lord and giver of their life. Mark this and remember. Time's ruins builds eternity's mansions. The end comes suddenly. So and not otherwise was the transformation. Violent and instantaneous upon the utterance of the word, burst!
Pray, sir, was you in here some professional service we could give? Come, kids, come!
Good night. Lord knows where they're gone. Drunks cover distance double quick. What am I following him for?
Get this job over quick. God becomes man, becomes fox, becomes barnacle, becomes sea. Dead breaths, I living breathe. I will not sleep there tonight. Home also I cannot go.
Stitch in my side. Why did I run? I'll miss him. Run, quick.
What is the password?
Buenas noches.
No.
Merci.
No, 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 no.
Esperanto.
No.
What are you doing down this place? Have you no soul? Are you not my son Leopold? Are you not my dear son Leopold, who left the house of his father? Who left the God of his fathers, Abraham and Jacob?
Ja, ich weiß, Papachi. I suppose so, Father.
You watched them chaps. I remember, Maud, head to foot.
They challenged me to a sprint. It was muddy. I slipped. Oh.
Poldy.
Holly.
Mrs. Marion, my dear man, when you speak to me. Have you got cold feet waiting so long?
No, not the least bit, Marion.
Psst. 10 shillings a maidenhead. Fresh thing was never touched.
With all my worldly goods, I thee endow. You did that to me. I hate you.
I? When? You're dreaming. I never saw you.
When you saw the secrets of my bottom drawer. Dirty married man. I love that you did that to me.
Mister. Madam, when last we had this pleasure by letter, dated the 16th.
Mr. Bloom, you down here in the haunts of sin. I caught you nicely, scamp.
What's so loud? My name. Whatever do you think me? You're looking splendid. Absolutely it. Seasonable weather we're having this time of year. Black refracts heat. Shortcut home here. Interesting quarter. Rescue of fallen women. Magdalen Asylum. I'm the secretary.
Now, don't tell a big fib. Oh, just wait till I see Molly. Account for yourself this very minute, or woe betide you.
She often said she'd like to visit. Slumming. The exotic, you see. A little frivole, shall we, if you are so inclined? Would you like me perhaps to embrace you just for a fraction of a second?
Oh, you rook. You ought to see yourself.
Co in the act.
I am doing good to others.
Come, name and address.
I've forgotten for the moment. Yes. Dr. Bloom, Leopold, dental surgeon. You've heard of Von Bloom Pasha, umpteen millions, owns half of Austria, Egypt.
Proof? Henry Flower, no fixed abode, unlawfully watching.
This is the flower in question. It was given me by a man. I don't know his name. You're engaged, you see, Sergeant. Lady in the case. Love entanglement. Dash it all! It's a way we gallants have in the Navy. It's the uniform that does it. I'll introduce you. Inspector, she's game. Do it in the shake of a lamb's tail.
Don't believe a word of it. That man is Leopold McIntosh, the notorious fire raiser. His real name is Higgins. Call the woman Driscoll.
Call the woman Driscoll.
What do you tax him with?
He made a certain suggestion. But I thought more of myself, as poor as I am.
I treated you white. I gave you mementos. Smart garters far above your station. Incautiously, I took your part when you were accused of pilfering. Play cricket.
As God is looking down on me, if ever I laid a hand to them oilsters.
Of the offence complained of, did something happen?
He surprised me in the rear of the premises, Your Honour, when the missus was out. He held me, and I was discoloured in 4 places as a result. And he interfered in my clothing.
She counter-assaulted.
I had more respect for the scouring brush, Your Honour. I remonstrated with him, Your Lord. And he replied, keep it quiet.
Order in court.
This is no place for indecent levity at the expense of an erring mortal. My client is an infant. A poor foreign immigrant who started scratch as a stowaway and is now trying to turn an honest penny. If the accused could speak, he could a tale unfold, one of the strangest that have ever been narrated between the covers of a book. His submission is that he is of Mongolian extraction and irresponsible for his actions. Not all there, in fact.
Arrest him! He sent me an anonymous letter in backhand. He offered to send through the post a work of fiction by Monsieur Paul de Kock.
And also to me. Yes, I believe it is the same objectionable person.
Also me. He implored me to soil his letter in a most unspeakable manner. To chastise him as he so richly deserves. To bestride and ride him. To give him a most vicious horsewhipping. Me too.
Me too.
Me too.
I will put an end to this white slave traffic and rid Dublin of this odious pest. Take him away from the dock where he now stands, and be him hanged by the neck until he is dead. Lord, have mercy on your soul. Remove him!
No, no! Pig's feet! I was at a funeral!
Liar!
It is true. It was my funeral.
How is that possible?
By metempsychosis.
Oh, rocks.
You see, it's true. It's from the Greek, transmigration of the soul. Some people believe that we go on living in another body after death. They call it reincarnation. Metempsychosis is what the ancient Greeks called it. They used to believe you could be changed into an animal or a tree.
Go on, make a speech about it.
My beloved subjects, a new era is about to dawn. I, Bloom, tell you verily it is even now at hand. Yea, on the word of a Bloom, ye shall ere long enter into the golden city which is to be. The new Bloomusalem in the Nova Hibernia of the future.
What am I to do about my rates and taxes?
Pay them, my friend.
Thank you.
Why won't we have our own house of keys?
I stand for the reform of municipal models and the plain 10 commandments. Hooray! New worlds for all. Hooray! Union of all, Jew, Muslim and Gentile. Hooray! electrical disc scrubbers. No more patriotism of bar spongers and dropsicle imposters. Free money, free love, and a free lay church in a free lay state.
What about mixed bathing?
Whenever possible.
He is an Episcopalian, an agnostic, and anything Aryan, seeking to overthrow our holy faith.
I'm disappointed in you. You are a bad man.
I'm a Bloomite, and I glory in it. I believe in him, in spite of all. I'd give my life for him. The funniest man on earth.
I bet she's a bonny lassie.
My hero, God.
Give us a tune, Bloom. One of the old sweet songs.
I vowed that I never would leave her. She turned out a cruel deceiver. Tooralum, 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 tooralum. This is midsummer madness. I am guiltless as the unsunned snow. I call on my old friend, Dr. Malachi Mulligan, sex specialist, to give medical testimony on my behalf.
Dr. Bloom is bisexually abnormal. Traces of elephantiasis have been discovered among his ascendants. He is prematurely bald from self-abuse. I have made a pervaginal examination, and I declare him to be Virgo intacta. Professor Bloom is a finished example of the new womanly man. I appeal for clemency. In the name of the most sacred word, our vocal cords have been called upon to speak. He's having a baby.
Oh, I so want to be a mother.
Stop press! Stop press! Stop press! Stop press! Stop press!
Are you with him? You're not his father, are you?
Not I.
How's the nuts?
A talisman, heirloom.
For Zoe? For keeps? For being so nice, eh? Your boy's thinking of you.
Here's another for you. The reason is because the fundamental and the dominant are separated by the greatest possible interval, which is the greatest possible ellipse.
What a learned man, eh?
God help your head. He knows more than you have forgotten.
What went forth to the ends of the world to traverse not itself, God, the Son, Shakespeare, having itself traversed in reality itself becomes that self.
Stop press!
Wait a minute. Wait a second. Damn that fellow's noise in the street!
Stop press! Stop press! Result in rotten horse races. Safe arrival of the Antichrist.
Independent air.
Imitate Pa.
He must be a millionaire.
Play with your eyes shut. Filling his belly. Too much of this. I will arise and go. Steve, thou art in a perilous way. Must visit old DC or telegraph. Our interview of this morning has left on me a deep impression. We'll write fully tomorrow. I'm partially drunk, by the way. Minor chord comes now.
My word. I'm all of a muck sweat. Married, is he?
Yes, partly. I have mislaid.
And the missus is master. Petticoat government.
That is so.
Have you forgotten me?
Lass. Yo.
We have met. You are mine. It is fate.
Exuberant female. Enormously, I desiderate your domination. I'm exhausted. Abandoned. No more young. I stand, so to speak, with an unposted letter before the too-late box of the General Post Office of human life.
Be mine now. You may. You must. Smell my hot goat hide.
Awaiting for further orders.
Hound of dishonor.
Empress.
Adorer of the adulterous rump.
Hugeness.
Dung devourer.
Magnificence.
Ah! Bow, bond slave, before the throne of your despot's glorious heels, so glistening in their proud erectness.
I promise never to disobey.
You're in for it this time. I'll make you remember me for the rest of your natural life.
Don't be cruel nor stout. Your wrath are splitting me. Oh, monsters.
No more blow hot and cold. What you have longed for has come to pass. Henceforth you are unmanned, and mine in earnest. And now, for your punishment, Flock. You will shed your male garments, you understand, Ruby Cone, and don the shot silk over head and shoulders.
Silk. Oh, crinkly, scrapey. I tried her things on only once. Small prank.
Tell me something to amuse me. Smut, or a bloody good ghost story, or a line of poetry. Quick, quick! I'll give you just 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
Pug-nose! Pug-nose!
Get out, you skunk!
Master, mistress, man-tamer.
By day, you will bat and souse our smelling underclothes. You will get my tub ready, empty the piss pots, rinse them well, mind, or lap it up like champagne. You will drink me piping hot. Ha! And there now, with this ring, I thee own.
Oh.
Say thank you, mistress.
Thank you, mistress.
You'll know me the next time.
Give me back that potato, will you?
Poof, it's a fine thing.
There's a memory attached to it. I should like to have it.
To have or not to have? That is the question.
There, this isn't a musical peep show. And don't you smash that piano. Who's playing here?
Ah. The fox crew, the cocks flew. 'Tis time for a poor soul to get out of heaven.
This is yours.
How is that?
Better hand that cash over to me to take care of.
Be just before you are generous.
What is it wise? 1, 7, 11 and 5, 6, 11. I don't answer for what you may have lost.
Burying his grandmother, probably. He killed her.
That's £1.6 and 11. £1.7, say.
Doesn't matter, a rambling dam.
No, but
Woman's hand.
Continue. Lie. Hold me. Caress.
What day were you born?
Thursday? Today.
Thursday's child has far to go. Line of fate. Influential friends. Oh, you'll meet with a... I won't tell you what's not good for you. Or do you want to know?
more harm than good. Here, read mine.
Smell that.
Ah, lobster and mayonnaise. Ah.
Yeah, buy yourself a gin and splash. Have a little business to attend to with your wife. You understand.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Madam is in her bath, sir.
Oh, topping. You can ply your eye to the keyhole and play with yourself while I go through her a few times.
Thank you, sir. I will, sir. May I bring 2 men chums to witness the deed and take a snapshot?
You may.
Thank you, sir.
Hide! Joe! Hide! Flower! More! Shoot!
She's beastly dead, the pity of it. Mulligan meets the afflicted mother, mercurial malady.
Who are you? What trick is this?
All must go through it. You too, Stephen. Time will come.
Oh, look! He's white!
Giddy.
They said I killed you, Mother. He offended your memory. Cancer did it, not I. Destiny.
You sang that song to me. Love's bitter mystery.
Tell me the word, Mother. If you know now. The word known to all men.
I pray for you in my other world. Years and years I loved you.
Shite!
What?
Oh, my son. My firstborn when you lay in my womb. Repent, Stephen! Oh, the fire of hell! Beware God's hand!
With me, or not at all. Non serviam.
Give him some cold water.
Oh, Sacred Heart of Jesus. Save him from hell! Have mercy on him! Oh, divine Sacred Heart!
No. No! No! Break my spirit, all of you, if you can. I'll bring you all to heel.
Have mercy on Stephen, Lord! For my sake!
No!
Atlas. Stephen! Stephen! Stephen!
Damn, Dan. Long live life. Oh. Oh. No. My center of gravity is displaced. I've forgotten the trick. Let us sit down somewhere and discuss. Struggle for life. It's the law of existence.
The only way is to walk. Then you'll feel a different man.
Yes.
I don't mean to presume to dictate to you in the slightest degree, but why did you leave your father's house?
To seek misfortune.
A gifted man, in more respects than one. And a born raconteur, if ever there was one. He takes great pride, quite legitimately, out of you. You could go back, perhaps.
You suspect that I may be important because I belong to the Faubourg Saint-Patrice.
I would go a step farther.
But I suspect that Ireland must be important because it belongs to me.
What belongs? Excuse me, unfortunately I didn't catch the latter portion. What was it?
Or whatever you call it. Look, we can't change the country, so let's change the subject.
At what o'clock did you dine?
Sometime yesterday.
Yesterday? Ah, you mean it's after 12?
The day before yesterday.
Shul, shul, shularoon. Shuga shugar, shuga kyun. Walk, walk, walk away. Walk in safety, walk with care.
Kifeloch harimon rakateich midbad lutzamateich. Thy temple amid thy hair is as a slice of pomegranate.
Yes, we came somewhere. Really. And the story he made up, a pack of lies to hide it. Yes, because the day before yesterday he was scribbling a letter when I came in to show him Dignam's death in the paper, as if something had told me. And he pretended to be thinking about business. Fool.
Oh.
Train somewhere. Whistling. Strength those engines have in them. Like big giants and the water rolling all over and out of them. Like the end of love's old sweet song. Mulvey was the first. I near jumped out of my skin. He was the first man kiss me. Never entered my head what kissing meant. Then he put his tongue in my mouth. I put my knee up to him a few times to learn the way. What was it I said? I said I was engaged, for fun, to the son of a Spanish nobleman named Don Miguel de la Flora. Many true words spoken in jest. What was his name? Jack? Joe? Harry Mulvey, was it? Yes. He said he'd come back. Lord, it's just like yesterday to me. Perhaps he's dead or killed or captain or an admiral. I never thought that'd be my name, Bloom, when I used to write it in print to see how it looked on a visiting card or practicing for the butcher. M. Bloom, you're looking blooming, Josie used to say after I married him. Well, it's better than Breen or Briggs or those awful names with bottom in them. Mrs. Ramsbottom or some other kind of bottom. Mulvey wouldn't go mad about that either. Suppose I divorced him. Mrs. Boylan. Oh, I wish he'd sleep in some bed by himself with his cold feet on me. Give us room even to let a fart. Goodbye to my sleep for this night, anyhow. Hope he's not going to get in with those medicals leading him astray. To imagine he's young again, coming in at 4 a.m. Still, he had the manners not to wake me. What do they find to gabber about all night, squandering money and getting drunker and drunker? Couldn't they drink water? Then he starts giving his orders for eggs and tea. Still, it's the feeling. Especially now with Millie away. Such an idea for him to send the girl down there to learn to take photographs. Only he'd do a thing like that all the same. Oh, on account of me and Boylan. That's why he did it, I'm certain. The way he plots and plans everything out. She can't feel anything deep yet. I never came properly till I was, 22 or so? Went in the wrong place, always. She's pretty with her lips so red. It's a pity they won't stay that way. God knows there's always something wrong with us. 5 days every 3 or 4 weeks. I bet the cat is better off than us. Have we too much blood in us or what? Oh, Patience puffed pouring out me like the sea. Anyhow, didn't make me pregnant, as big as he is. Look at the way he's sleeping. Oh. It's as well he doesn't kick or might knock out all my teeth. Sleeping hard. Had a good time somewhere. Of course he has to pay for it from her. Oh, this nuisance of a thing. I hope they'll have something better for us in the other world. Still, I love to hear him falling up the stairs of a morning with the cups rattling on the tray. He says he's an author. I'm going to be a university professor of Italian, and I am to take lessons. I'm sure it'll be grand if I can only get in with a handsome young poet at my age. I wouldn't mind taking him in my mouth, even if some of it went down. I'll make him feel all over him till he half faints under me. Then he'll write about me. Lover and mistress. Publicly, too, with our 2 photographs in all the papers when he becomes famous. Oh, but then what am I going to do about him, though?
This donkey.
No, that's no way for him. He's no manners, nor no refinement, nor no nothing in his nature. Slapping us behind like that on my bottom because I didn't call him Hugh. The ignoramus doesn't know poetry from a cabbage. I suppose it was because they're so plump and tempting. He couldn't resist. I excite myself sometimes. It's well for men, all the pleasures they get off a woman's body. They don't know what it is to be a woman and a mother. How could they? That's why I suppose he's running wild. Well, it's a poor case that those that have a fine son like that, they're not satisfied. None. Wasn't my fault we came together when I was watching the 2 dogs.
Come on. God, I'm dying for it. Come on.
Our first death, too, it was. We were never the same since. And that little woolly jacket I had knitted. I knew we'd never have another one. Oh, I'm not going to think myself into glooms about that anymore. I know what I'll do. I'll give him one more chance. I'll go about rather gay, not too much singing, bit now and then. I let him have a good eyeful to make his Mickey stand for him. Unless I made him stand there and put him into me. I've a mind to tell him every scrap. It's all his own fault if I'm an adulteress. Oh, much about it if that's all the harm ever we did in this vale of tears. God knows it's not much. Doesn't everybody? Only they hide it. Then if he wants to kiss my bottom, I'll drag open my drawers and bulge it right out in his face, as large as life, and he can stick his tongue 7 miles up my hole. And then I'll tell him I want £1, or perhaps 30 shillings, and tell him I want to buy some underclothes. Then I'll wipe him off me and I'll go out. I'll have him eye him up at the ceiling. God of heaven, there's nothing like nature. The wild mountains and then the sea, the waves rushing. And as for them saying that there's no God, well, I wouldn't give a snap of me 2 fingers for all their learning. Who was the first person in the universe before there was anybody that made it all? Who? That they don't know, and neither do I. So there you are. Might as well try and stop the sun from rising tomorrow. The sun shines for you, he said. The day we were lying among the rhododendrons on Hoath Head in the grey tweed suit and his straw hat. The day I got him to propose to me, yes. First I gave him the bit of seed cake out of my mouth, and it was leap year, like now, yes. 16 years ago. My God, after that long kiss, I near lost my breath, yes. He said I was a flower of the mountain, yes. And that was one true thing he said in his life. And the sun shines for you today, yes. And that was why I liked him. Because I saw he understood or felt what a woman is, and I knew I could always get around him. And I gave him all the pleasure I could, leading him on till he asked me to say yes. And I wouldn't answer first, only looked out over the sea and the sky, and I was thinking of so many things he didn't know. Of Mulvey and Mr. Stanhope and Father and old Captain Groves and the Spanish girls laughing. And the sea. The sea, crimson sometimes like fire, and the glorious sunsets, yes. And Gibraltar as a young girl where I was a flower of the mountain, yes. And I thought, well, as well him as another. And then I asked him with my eyes to ask again, yes. And he asked me, would I yes, to say yes, my mountain flower? And first I put my arms around him, yes. And I drew him down to me, so he could feel my breasts all perfume, yes. And his heart was going like mad. And yes, I said yes. I will. Yes. Destiny.